Bo didn't even see it coming, landed right at the sweet spot, right in the chin.
Joe Macy, I offer this question up to you. Will it now be a wake-up call for Riddick Bowe?
It's a great question, Joe. Riddick Bowe seems to have the confidence that he's had most of the fight, even though he was knocked down in the 6th round. Evander Holyfield just doesn't seem to be where he wants to be right now. He seems worn, tired, leg weary.
Round number 7 of the scheduled 12-round.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Right now, so that also speaks to that argument, Joe. Not much on that jab.
His arms are looking heavy.
We're not used to seeing this out of Evander Holyfield.
I almost think Riddick Bowe would be taking more advantage, more punches, harder punches.
Maybe he can't even believe what he's seeing out of Holyfield.
That may be it.
Maybe he thinks Holyfield's playing possum. The way he started that 6th round, obviously you still need to be careful.
Always got to be careful with Evander Holyfield. Just when you think he's hurt, just when you think he's damaged, it's when he's the strongest.
Back to the jab. Uppercut on the inside, and then test him with the left.
Short right uppercut, short left hook.
Watch your heads inside, watch your heads. All right, get him out, let him out, let him out. Go hold, let me hold him.
Holding that left arm of Bowe.
Get him out.
Inside fighting like that, you got to wrestle with the arms. You got to create your own openings, and that's just what both of these guys are doing.
Both very well accomplished at doing it. Bowe creates a little bit of separation, but there's a left hand from Holyfield, and now Bowe willing to trade a little more. Good exchange here. Left hand from Holyfield again.
Hold ahead, come on, get it, let's go.
He finds a way.
Nice hips deep, nice round short punches.
Come on, let's go.
Just the same left hook that he knocked Riddick Bowe down with. He's very effective with those punches.
Get the hands there, get the head. Hold the head, get the hands out.
Coming to the end of round number 7 here at Caesars Palace.
Give me a clean round, give me a clean round here. Clean round.
You stand right in front of this guy. We didn't work on that.
You cannot stand in front of this guy.
You can't stand in front of him.
All you gotta do is step around. Step around.
Hey, look. When you do fire in sets, not 1 or 2, 3 and 4. Hey, and shorten that hook up, okay? Don't aim for his head, aim for his shoulder. You got me?
Keep those punches in the body going. Expect a little uppercut. Little uppercut and hook.
Come on, pal. Okay.
All right.
You got his shirt up.
Remember.
You did it once.
Scheduled for 5 more rounds here between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. And you heard the corner of Evander Holyfield as he was still breathing very, very deeply on the stool. Don't stand in front. Don't stand in front. It's exactly what he did in that 7th round. Round number 8.
Great advice, Joe, but I just don't think he has what it takes to get around side, to step left, step right. He just doesn't seem like the fighter that we've seen from the past.
Hey, he placed a pretty good right hand there. Remember how he started that 6th round? He scored a knockdown. He's coming forward. Here comes Holyfield, but he gets caught by a short right hand from Riddick Bowe.
He's hurt, Joe.
He is hurt badly.
8.
He might...
9.
Just beats the count.
How do you feel? Take a step forward. Take a step forward. Take a step forward. Take a step forward. All right, let's go.
Barely listening to the commands of Joe Cortez. It's over. That's it. It is over.
That's it.
Evander Holyfield has never been knocked out. All the battles, all the wars, and Riddick Bowe is the one to do it. That is not a good scene for Holyfield, Joe Macy.
Not a good scene at all, Joe, but that's a good stoppage on Joe Cortez's part. He was out of it. He didn't even seem as if he wanted to step forward on Joe Cortez's demands.
Rock Newman and Riddick Bowe celebrating. They were referring to this fight as the final chapter. What an exclamation mark Bowe placed at the end of it.
You've almost got to be concerned with Evander Holyfield right here in the corner on his stool. With all the health problems and the heart conditions, he was tired in the third round, which you've never seen before. Breathing heavy between every round, looking like he didn't have his legs under him, and you hope he's okay.
And there will be those who say, yes, Riddick Bowe is the first to ever knock out Evander Holyfield. But what version of an Evander Holyfield did he just knock out?
Is it Evander Holyfield with a health condition, with a heart problem? Is it Evander Holyfield that just had too much taken out of him from the previous two wars that they had? Or is Evander Holyfield just completely done? We don't know.
Good question, and a question that needs to be answered for those handling the career of Holyfield. You know Holyfield is such a warrior. You know what his thoughts will be. And you see Riddick Bowe and his corner and his entourage praying in the corner. Signature moment in the career of the 28-year-old. Former heavyweight champion trying to work his way back to the top. No belt on the line tonight, but it was bigger than that. This was about two men defining themselves through each other. Holyfield now up, being tended to. You see Dr. Flip Szymanski trying to get him some air. Boy, it was scary the way he looked those last 3 rounds. Let's take a look back at how Riddick Bowe finished things off.
Evander Holyfield's fighting very strong right here with a great combination, but he gets caught with a short right hand there. Bad timing, leaning forward, and Holyfield goes down.
You know, his corner said, don't stand in front. Don't walk right in. He's exactly what he did.
It's a short right hand, very tough to see here. But Evander Holyfield kind of leans in and gets caught with a little short right hand.
Holyfield almost can't help himself. There was the punch. He gets on the attack. He has some success, but in having that success, it created the opening and then the end.
Exactly what I didn't think he was getting up from the first knockdown. It's the second knockdown right here. He just doesn't have his legs underneath him.
Well, for the official particulars of Bowe Holyfield 3, we send it up to the ring to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the site where legends are made, Caesar's Palace, a round of applause for two warriors in the heavyweight division. Fight number 3 was everything we wanted it to be. Referee Joe Cortez calls a halt to the bout at 58 seconds in the 8th round. The winner by TKO victory, and now reigns supreme as the best heavyweight in the world, Riddick Big Daddy
Thank you, man. We love you, man. We love you. You know your career, we want you to know that.
Riddick Bowe tells Evander Holyfield he loves him and that he wants to thank him. And speaking of thanks, that's what all boxing fans should be saying to these two men as they wrap up an amazing heavyweight trilogy. The first fight was an absolute thriller that Bowe won. The second fight was an oddity with the fan man that Holyfield won. And now this one, perhaps the most interesting because it leaves so many questions. Number one, Joe Macy, what is going to be the future of Evander Holyfield?
Well, look, Joe, if I was Holyfield or any of his team members, I'd really have to reevaluate what his health condition is, if he's fit to continue to fight, what he has left in the tank to see if he can advance his career and continue to box.
They will have to make those tough decisions as now a 33-year-old who was defeated, 3rd loss of his career. For Joe Macy, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us.